Hi everyone, it's Paul here back with Newegg TV, and today we have a short product review for you. Summer is just around the corner, so what better way to celebrate than with a brand new camcorder. We have a Sony HDR-CX350V Full HD camcorder here, and I have to say that this is one of the smallest and lightest Full HD cameras that I've ever worked with. First of all, it's got an impressive list of features, so let's go over the specs. The camcorder itself is a nice dark, I'll call it a plum or maybe a maroon color, and it features a brushed metal finish that's popular with a lot of modern electronics. There is no external power button. You turn the power on by opening the viewfinder and it powers on. On the inside panel here you have a few basic buttons that will allow you to do things like copy your recorded movies and videos over to an external storage source, playback, as well as an eye auto feature that we'll go into a little bit later, and a power button. You also have a small panel here that reveals a USB port as well as a mini HDMI plug. I should note that there's no HDMI cable included, so you'll need a mini HDMI to regular HDMI cable in order to plug this in. As mentioned, the USB port there and a GPS on-off switch. This has a built-in GPS which will geo-tag your photos and videos, which is a nice feature, but you can turn that off if you want to save the battery. The screen itself is a touch screen. You can touch to go into some menus. There's lots of different features in here. They're a little bit tougher to get to because they are nested menus within the touch screen here, but you can access a lot of special shooting modes such as golf shot, as well as spot meters, face detection modes, and other advanced features like that. On the top of the camera you have a little door here that opens to reveal a flash shoe. You also have a zoom button. This has 12x optical zoom, which is pretty decent for a camera this size. There's also a photo button that you can use to take photos, even if you're in video shooting mode. On the back, you have a small button here that shifts between shooting video and shooting photos. Also the recording start and stop button. And on the opposite side, we have a power input as well as this little proprietary plug, which you can use to connect your additional cables, such as a standard AV cable, or it also comes with component cables that connect through that little plug. Finally, on the front of the camera, there is actually a built-in flash for taking photos, and you'll notice that it has a nice built-in lens cover that opens and closes whenever the camera's on or off, so you don't have to worry about your lens cover. Finally, for storage, internally you have 32 gigs of flash memory, which makes for a lot of storage space. Actually, recording in the high definition mode you get 175 minutes. In the slightly lower definition, you'll get 230 minutes. In high quality, you get 460 minutes. And in long play, you will get 780 minutes of recording time off of the built-in memory. And if that's not enough for you, here on the bottom, there is an additional port where you can plug in not only Sony's memory stick card format, but you can also add a standard SD card. I will once again give Sony mad props for including a standard SD port, because not everyone has memory sticks, but SD cards are a lot more prevalent these days. Now, the Sony Handycam has a lot of special shooting features, and we were able to spend a little bit of time with it over the past few days to actually try a few of these out. Now, Sony has its own video that it comes along with the camera that shows you a lot of the features, and we actually tested a few of these. So we're going to show you some of what the camera can do, Sony's images of their examples of how to use those shooting features, and then also the results that we got as well. Now here we have some night shots with the Exmor R CMOS sensor, and you'll just notice that Sony has done a lot of tweaking with the sensor in order to pick up some really high quality nighttime images. Steadyshot is a great feature to have, particularly if you do a lot of handheld shooting. Sony uses its Optical Steadyshot Mode and actually has a shooting mode called Active Mode, which will allow you to really stabilize a lot of those shaky handheld shots. Here's a cool feature that we are trying out ourselves, but it has face detection control, particularly if you're shooting several subjects and maybe you have one that you want to follow. You can actually choose that particular person, and the face detection will recognize that person or child as compared to other people. There she is. Next, a video showing the Eye Auto feature, and this is a really cool automatic function, especially if you do a lot of running and gunning and you don't have much time to go into the manual settings to tell the camera what kind of conditions you're filming in. With Eye Auto, it will actually assess the image and will automatically set up presets, and you'll see them appear as little green icons on the screen as you're shooting. We also have the GPS mode, which is an awesome feature of this camera. When you turn the GPS on, you can geo-tag your photos and images, and then you can actually browse them by location. So you can go to wherever point of interest you were, and then you can pull up the photos and images that you took there based on where you were when you took them. Golf Shot's a pretty cool feature for you sports enthusiasts out there. It will give you a vertical square, which you position your subject in, and then it will give you a frame-by-frame shot, giving you freeze frames, which is particularly useful for analyzing a golf swing. Overall, I give the Sony HDR-CX350V Handycam very high marks for both versatility and ease of use. They've really packed a ton of features into a very tiny and compact package here, and extra features such as the built-in GPS and shooting modes like Golf Shot really add a lot of depth to the amount of things that you can do with your camcorder. The one feature I would like to have seen added would be an external mic input jack. I feel like a lot of higher-end camcorders are missing that, but really that's the only qualm I have about this camcorder. Thanks a lot for watching today's review, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Newegg TV.